Homer Simpson, he's the greatest man in history. From the town of Springfield, he's about to hit a chestnut tree. Ah!
I have heard that one before.
Yeah.
Before we started recording, I said, I have not heard that song before. I totally have. I remember that one.
Yeah, it's the monorail one.
It's the monorail one, right? Yes, okay.
But I can't remember the monorail song, so that was destined for failure.
I feel like I should be able to remember that one, but I can't remember that one either, to be quite honest.
Monorail.
It's something about a monorail, yes.
Yeah.
It might have involved that.
I'm sure it's part of the plot in that episode, yeah.
Anyway, yes, welcome to the Button Mash Podcast. That was... I don't even know what to title that theme tune. What do we title? What's the title of that song? Give us a name.
I think it's just Simpsons Flintstones Song, I guess.
Simpsons Flintstones. Our theme tune this week was Simpsons Flintstones Song, as sung by Michael. We also joined... Okay. We also joined this week by Will, who makes his return from a couple of weeks back, was it? Your mic...
A few weeks ago.
You're breaking up a little bit. Is your internet amazing?
Already? Not tonight, no.
Okay, great. Good to know.
2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks back when Will joined us. He will be back tonight, part of the Buttermash crew. We have no guests this week, because I didn't plan that far ahead.
No, we never do.
Well, we did last week, but that was it. We can pull it off. We can pull off once in every 5 weeks, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll probably try and get another one on at some point if it's requested.
Yes, we'll have someone for episode 10, maybe.
So look out for episode 10.
And then 15 and 20.
It's a good formula.
Maybe. We'll see
if
how
we make
it goes.
it to 20.
Well, maybe. I mean, we don't need to actually... and nobody actually needs to listen to us to be able to keep making it, so we're okay.
But we appreciate the people that are.
We do. We do appreciate our listeners.
We love you all.
We love you long time.
Don't go that far.
No? No? Okay.
No.
Well, you might not love them long time, but I certainly do.
The views of the Button Mash podcast host, so it's too early for this.
Welcome to Button Mash Podcast. We're a bunch of idiots. We'll be here for... Well, we'd normally be here for about 2 hours. I think we might be keeping it a bit short this week. We have less time on our hands to work with this, and also last week was goddamn insane.
Yep. It's a pity we didn't make 3 hours, isn't it?
We weren't too far off. Thank you very much, Steam, for that one. Oh my god, at that release list last week.
It's a bit shorter this week, I believe.
Well, we can finish up the one we didn't finish last week, if you like. We've still got a good, probably another 10 games or so that we didn't do last week. They'll probably come out in the last 2 days that never got announced by us and therefore have lost out on sales.
Yeah, we're sorry about that, Steam.
We're driving your sales, Steam. You need us. You need us.
We get no commission.
We don't even get any commission. I know, it's a sorry state of business around here.
I'm shaking my head in disapproval.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, what have we been playing this week? Let's do that. Let's do our thing, our podcast thing.
Yeah.
Will, as our not necessarily entirely regular guest, what have you been playing this week?
This week, again, more Dark Souls 2 because I am entirely addicted to that game.
Obviously.
And still carrying on with the DLC because I am so awful at it. I've just defeated Duralon today.
That's such a weird rationalization for any video game. It's like, I'm carrying on playing this game because I'm really bad at it. I am the worst at this video game, so I need to play more.
It's the motivation to beat it, though, isn't it? It's just like, I am not being defeated by this game.
Surely you should be able to relate to that, John, with your cadence fiasco.
Oh, that's the thing. That's it. I can't relate to that. I gave in with Cadence. I was like, you know what? I can't play Cadence. I'm playing Bard. You watch any of my videos these days, it's Bard all the way. It's like, I'm not doing Cadence. No. I mean, I did...
go back to Cadence.
No, I did a video... was it? I think it was last Monday. That I did a tutorial, and God knows I never do tutorials, but for whatever reason, I was like, maybe the search rankings will be my friend in this one. It was like, how to kill dragons in Crypt of the Necrodancer. Was the video, and it was just a short 3-minute video. I was like, I did the demonstration with the bard, because it's so easy with the bard. It's like, you do this, you step here, you stab him, you move here, you move here, you move here, you stab him, you move here, you move here, you move here, you stab him, and it's like, it's fairly straightforward. I was like, okay, now I'm going to demonstrate with cadence. No, I died. It's like, God damn it.
We all appreciate a try on Button Mash podcast.
I needed to hit the buttons like 10 beats in a row. I can't even do that. Just for the purposes of demonstration for a tutorial, just say, this is how you kill a dragon. Like, boop, 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 stab, boop, 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 stab, boop, 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 stab, and there you go. It's like, I can't even manage that. God damn it.
I tend to create, if I suddenly see a dragon, I tend to create a long vertical stretch.
That is a good strategy, yes.
And whether I'm going up or down, it's up or down, stab, down, stab, down, stab.
Yeah.
It generally works if you can find a good vertical space.
That is by far the simplest solution to kill any dragon in the game, yes. Well, the green one can be kited anywhere, but the others, yeah. If you can get a vertical stretch, cool. The blue one, you just kind of need to not get caught by it before you get to do that. Sometimes I'll be like, well, I can get over here. Maybe if I can lure it down here. Oh God, it got me with a freeze.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it! I didn't plan ahead, and then it's slowly stepping towards you and freezing, and stepping towards you and freezing. Like, please, let me go.
Trying to run away from the beat.
Yes.
Have you ever tried an amusing dance or some kind of like magic show with your hands to distract the dragon?
Or
is that not an in-game option?
It's not necessarily an in-game option. You can mash buttons at random, but that's not necessarily the most effective strategy.
Okay.
At any rate, I did get to one scenario earlier this week I was playing through, and I did get to a point where I was like, oh, there's literally no options to kite it. It was like one of those little, what do you call them? The rooms with the grey brick tiles, catacombs, I guess, are they? I'm not sure what they're actually called.
That sounds about right. I don't know.
There is a name
Let's
for
call
them
catacombs.
It seems about right, yeah. It was like a tiny room. There's not much room to move. You can't dig through the walls because they're brick walls. Yeah, you know the ones. And I'm trapped in there with a dragon. And I was like, I can't kite it through here. I ended up stuck in this little 2x2 space. And it's like, okay, dragon dance knowledge coming into play here. Let's do the dragon dance.
This sounds like an 80s sitcom, Me and the Dragon. You've been forced to share a flat.
Well... It's more of a sitcom set in Middle Earth than anything else, I suspect. The Odd Couple.
Played by Gary Coleman or something.
The Odd Couple, a dragon and Frodo, played by Gary Coleman.
Very different with Gary Coleman's Frodo.
No, Gary Coleman's the dragon.
Oh, that's even better. But why were you struggling?
Well, in this case, because it was a tiny, tiny space and I had to stab him in the face repeatedly.
So it's like when Futurama, when Fry gets locked in the room with Roberto, were you like trying to avoid the knife?
That's a surprisingly good analogy.
Thank you very much.
Yes, fighting a red dragon in a tiny 2x2 space is very much like being locked in a room with Roberto.
Yep.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Actually, you know what? You can... I mean, I've been messing around with some of this week, mostly the audio stuff and anything other stuff, but you can also change the PNGs in Crypt of the Necrodancer, because none of the files are, like, encrypted or anything. It's all just... The files are just there. They're just image files and music files and whatever, and you can just go in and you can just tinker with shit.
Yeah.
So you can change the PNG. But firstly, I want to change the bard so that he's like Guybrush Threepwood or something. Just so that I can have my own sprite. Just because that would be freaking awesome. It's just that I can, yes, I'm going to play bard. And everyone's just like, why are you Guybrush Threepwood? And I was like, because I'm awesome. But secondly, also, somebody please change the red dragon to be Roberto now. Because that would be awesome. And then the blue dragon can be Roberto in Hermes' body in season 7.
Oh wow, that's a very obscure
references. You know, Hermes get the $6 million Mon where he gets all the upgrades and becomes a super amazing tank machine thing, and Roberto eventually overtakes his brain.
It's worth watching just for the bit where Zoidberg sings the Monster Mash song.
He sings harmony with himself. It's amazing.
It's so impressive.
No.
It's fantastic. It's
So
a great
anyway,
episode.
this is the Futurama podcast. I hope you're enjoying.
Welcome to the Planet Express
Welcome
cast.
to the world tomorrow.
Oh, the world of... Yes, we should do that. Welcome to the world of tomorrow. Do you have to do that every time?
Yes. Shall we move swiftly on?
Yes, move swiftly on. Anyway, what else have people been playing? Anyone? Feel free to shout.
I've also been playing Shovel Knights recently. That came out on Steam a couple months ago now. But
Probably months, yeah.
like I funded it on Kickstarter, and I've only just gotten around to playing it.
Oh, cool. You
How
enjoying
much
it?
did you donate?
I'm unfortunately churning through it far too quickly. I think perhaps all my years of playing 2D side scroll action games are paying off a little bit too well.
Right.
I'm just churning through all the bosses.
Is there not like a bunch of extra content? Because I did watch Jesse Cox's playthrough of it. I've not played it myself, but I watched the entire LP from Jesse Cox on it, so I'm fairly familiar with it. I thought there was like a whole bunch of side quests and things to do. Does it not keep you going for a while?
Again, still going through all of it.
Are you just sort of just chewing through the story for the most part, or are you genuinely burning through the entire thing?
Yeah, everything I come across, I am blitzing it.
Oh, right. And so again, watching. I mean, I guess he's not particularly got a reputation for being amazing at things. So I was just watching him as like, that looks frustratingly difficult. And I was like, I don't think I would enjoy that.
Oh, the only hitch I've come across so far is the Plague Knight. Plague Knight was a really difficult one to fight because it involves a lot of jumping and explosives.
Right. Oh, he looked like one of the more interesting fights actually. But okay.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that one in particular because I really love the Plague Doctor mask.
Yeah.
When I saw all the concept art, I thought that looks amazing, and all the characters look like amazing in their own right, in their own little pixelated ways.
I do believe a whole bunch of them have made their way onto the Button Mash 9 event flyer. People go check that out on our Facebook page.
Said event, John?
I was waiting for that.
Well, you fed it to me. It was easy.
I know. Our next Button Mash event is at the New Bradford Playhouse on the 18th of October, and if you want to see the flyer, which has a lot of Shovel Knight junk on it, including Plague Knight, which is fitting with the theme, which is horror because it's Halloweenish time, that is over at facebook.com/Button Mash. Anyway, yes. Well, that's derailed things.
Brilliant.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Shovel Knight, it's like, I can enjoy watching people play it, or certainly watching Jesse Cox play it, but it's like, I genuinely don't feel like it's the sort of thing I would particularly want to play myself. I don't know.
No?
It just looks kind of frustrating a lot of the time.
It's really easy. Really, really easy.
Alright. I know a lot of trickier bits. Jesse was playing through with Gerard the Completionist. He was doing like a collab series with him. Most of the time, Gerard was sort of just advising Jesse on how to play. And he was like, okay, I'm stuck on this bit. He would literally just hand the controller to him. He was like, you do this for me.
Oh, wow.
Which is like, that I need someone like that with me. Who's like, okay, you know what? I don't want to play this bit of the game. Can somebody just do this for me? If I just had someone on hand who's really good at all video games, just like, all right, your turn.
No, you take so much of the enjoyment out of the game.
Yeah, but you're taking away the satisfaction of completing the difficult bits.
Yeah.
That's the best part of playing the game.
Yeah, but you also take away the rage quits, which is the worst part of playing the game.
That moment of
take the highs with the
satisfaction is
lows.
worth the 5 years you're going to lose playing it.
I don't know. Well, it's an interesting standpoint. I mean, I suppose to make a fairly relevant comparison, I would say Freedom Planet, which I recently finished, is also, again, sort of your retro-styled thing. It's maybe not quite as retro as Shovel Knight. It's more of your Sonic era sort of thing, whereas Shovel Knight, I think, is maybe a little bit older than that style, perhaps? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a lot of bosses on that where I'd get stuck, and certainly the final boss, going back and editing the video, I was like, I spent nearly 15 minutes trying to learn the boss before I actually learned the boss and killed it. As it was 15 minutes straight of me failing against the final boss. And you know what, if someone had been sat beside me saying, look, I know how to do this, do you want me to do it for you? I'd probably actually might well just go, you know what, have at it, go on, do it for me.
No,
But-
if I had somebody next to me saying, I know how to do this, do you want me to tell you? Do you really, really want me to tell you? I'd be like, no, fuck off. I want to do this on my own.
It's not
the
even I know how to do it,
satisfaction.
let me tell you, it's just, do you want me to do it for you? I'd be like, yeah,
No.
alright, yeah.
No.
I don't have that much patience for games these days. I'm really bad like that. I'm getting old, I know. This must be it.
See,
So-
well, I started video gaming at the age of 6 with a Master System. It was Sonic, and I rage quit so many times as a 6-year-old because I couldn't play it. And I think when we first started doing the button mash stuff, I picked up the Master System again and finished Sonic for the first time since I was 6, about 2 decades later. I felt amazing.
No, I'm not denying that. Like I say, with the final boss of Freedom Player, it's like, it was, yeah, actually, I finally defeat it, it was super satisfying, you know, 20 minutes later after I finally defeated this motherfucker. It was like, finally, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I learned his strategy, I learned how to avoid all his attacks, and actually defeated him. And it's like, it's amazing.
After you defeated him, was it like the final scene of Rocky where dramatic music came and it was like, yeah?
Not so much. I had to shut up and let the cutscene play, but you know.
I'm disappointed in you.
Cutscenes are important. Always.
Cutscenes are very important.
I would have run around the street high-fiving people.
I defeated the boss for this game you've never heard of. Woo!
That's worth a high five.
Yeah, it was satisfying, but again, it's sort of 10 minutes into that fight where I'm like, oh my god, I can't be dealing with this guy anymore. This is so frustrating. I can't figure out his strategy. He seems to have no pattern to his attacks. I can't figure out the pattern to his attacks. He's not predictable. What the hell is going on with this fight? 10 minutes in, I'd have just been like, oh, just seriously, I give up now. Someone else do this for me. But then 20 minutes into the fight, I'm like, woo! I am the best at this video game! I am undefeated, except for the 15 times he already defeated me.
Yeah, but the first 15 times you let him win.
That must have been it.
Yeah.
Actually, to be entirely fair, I did that fight completely arse backwards. I spent a lot of time just, you know, flailing against him, going, why won't you die? And then the fight I actually defeat him was actually... I was learning his strategy as I was doing it. I was like, look, I'm going to sit and I'm going to watch his attacks and learn the order that he does them in and how to avoid each of them. It's like, okay, he does this attack, then he does this one, then he does this one, then he does this one, then he goes back to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then he's got a 5th attack that he does, and then he goes back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he does the 5th again. It's like, okay, I can dodge each of these reasonably effectively, and I know when the best moment to hit him is. And I was like, in this one fight, suddenly I learned the fight and defeated him all in one go. It's like, oh, why didn't I do this 20 minutes ago?
Because that never occurs to you at the time.
I know, it's like I have to get right on the verge of being ready to quit doing this bloody fight before I'm actually willing to learn how to do the fight, it seems. So yeah, I am smart.
Good.
Yeah, I know I've not got the best strategy towards learning things, I guess.
Oh, that's life.
I don't think it necessarily takes away some of the achievement of killing it if someone tells you what the pattern to the attack is. Because again, it's like, why does it matter if I told myself after watching him do it for 15 minutes, or if someone said, oh, by the way, he does attack 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5.
Well,
I don't know.
as long as you're doing it yourself, that's fine. If someone tells you how to do it, then and you still do it, I think that's fine. It's more handing the control over to your brother or someone and going, "Will you complete it for me?"
Can you get
That's
that last
where it's
Space
an
Invader?
Yeah. Another Futurama reference.
Well done for cramming that one in.
Yeah.
Segways and Futurama references, that's what we've become.
Drop down, reverse speed. Drop down, reverse direction, increase speed.
The Planet Nintendo.
And it's Nintendo 64. Indeed. Anyway, what else? Michael, surely you must have been playing some Football Manager this week.
Well, I didn't get to give you my update last week, did I?
We didn't. We didn't get any news on what Leeds is doing. So you got 2 weeks worth of updates that people are dying to hear of.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been on the edge of their seats going, how's he doing?
Please enlighten us.
I'm in about April now, so the season ends next month in game term time, so I'm about 5th, so I've got the possibility of promotion. I've just about secured a playoff spot, so yeah, I'll be playing the playoffs soon, so.
Were you in Division 1, were you?
It's the championship, so it's like, not the Premiership, but it's the one beneath it, yeah.
Oh, right, it's football being confusing as all hell.
Yeah.
So obviously Division 1 is the 3rd league down, right? Sure.
Yep, so it goes League 1 and League 2.
I mean, I when I was like, I guess 12, I was kind of into football, and Division 1 used to be like the 2nd league then?
Well, in 1992, 93, they formed the Premiership, and that became like the above of the Division 1, because it was like an elite league or something, I don't know.
And then at some point someone decided, hang on, we can shoehorn in another one here just to make it really confusing.
Pretty much, yeah.
God damn it, football. Get your
I
shit
don't think
together.
that's not really football's biggest problem at the moment, to be honest.
It's the biggest barrier to entry. That's why I'm not into football, because it's too confusing. No, not even slightly.
Yeah, I almost believe that. Keeping on the theme of last week, all this talk of Sonic made me go out and get the old PS3 game, Sega Mega Drive, which has copies of most of the Sega Mega Drive games that you can get.
Oh, the big Mega Drive collection thingy.
You can usually get it in CTFXC for about £8 because I think people lose interest in it pretty quickly.
I never did pick up on that. Presumably, I think because I owned most of the games, but
Yeah,
it's always tempting.
yeah, it's fun. I've been playing Golden Axe and Streets of Rage,
Classics.
and had a go on Sonic, and the soundtrack is amazing.
Isn't it just?
Always.
Yeah, and Robotnik is not Eggman, he's still Robotnik. All's right with the world.
Excellent. Good stuff.
So it was a good nostalgia weekend, really, for me.
Right. Fair enough.
When did Dr. Robotnik become Eggman? I kind of missed that bit.
Oh, we
It
did
was
discuss this
late-
last week.
It was late 99, 2000, wasn't it?
It was, I don't know what year it would have been. It would have been, I believe the conclusion we came to was it was Sonic Adventure was
Yeah, that
first
was the
game that
first
had it.
one.
So I'm going to Wikipedia that one right now. Sonic Adventure was, when was that? You weren't far off actually.
Oh, man,
Sonic Adventure was December 23rd, 1998.
so pretty close.
Was presumably at the point at which Dr. Eggman... apparently, I mean, our mod was our authority on all things Sonic last week. He'd say that, I guess he has always been called Dr. Eggman in Japan.
Oh, the Japanese. It's their fault.
Yeah, and I believe the canonical storyline, such as it was, is that Sonic and his friends used the name Dr. Eggman as kind of a derogatory insult against Dr. Robotnik, and then Dr. Robotnik was like, "Well, I'm going to turn this against you. I'm going to call myself Dr. Eggman. Haha! You're going to be defeated by Dr. Eggman and Dr. Eggman Army." And it's like, that makes no sense and it's completely stupid.
Yeah, that does make him look like a complete imbecile, doesn't it? Really.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, Japan. They ruined everything.
Interesting, I was going to say, is if you look up the Wikipedia article on Dr. Eggman, it says, Dr. Eggman appeared in 1991 in Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't. It was Robotnik.
Yeah.
He's
This is
still
much more
Robotnik.
fearful name, Dr. Robotnik.
Well, it's more intimidating, isn't it? If it's like, oh no, Dr. Robotnik's coming. I'd be slightly concerned if I heard Dr. Eggman's coming and be like, wait, what?
Well, I think that was kind of part of the story. It's like, oh, you're going to be defeated by a man with a silly name. It was kind of the humiliation factor. And then obviously he fails because he's
An idiot.
Eggman stroke Robotnik. And, well, again, canonical, to go back to last week, he does have an IQ, allegedly, of 300. He's supposed to be like the smartest man in the world. We're up there with Stephen Hawking or whatever. And it's like, why?
Robotnik and Hawking.
Yeah. Why do you keep failing to kill a hedgehog then?
Because he tries the same strategy over and over again, really.
Have you seen his machines? He doesn't.
Oh, he gets more adventurous as time goes along, but in the early games he was kind of treading the same strategy, really.
He sort of, well, they weren't particularly, effective designs, but at least he did create somewhat different machines for each level.
He tried. Bless him.
He tried, bless him, yes.
So what have you been playing this week, John?
What have I been playing? I don't know. I'm going to have to go back to my document and find out.
The organisation.
Yeah. I played, as we already discussed, Crypto Necrodancer, because that's a staple of my gaming stuff these days. It's such a pick-up-and-playable title. It's like...
And have you been filming this, John?
Yes, that is available.
And
I don't film everything, by the way.
Available at?
Hold on.
You've ruined my segue.
I was getting there. Yes, I play far too much to record all of it, so it doesn't all end up on the YouTube channel because I just play freaking loads of this game. But
YouTube channel is?
The YouTube channel is youtube.com/buttonmashempire.
We rescued that, I'm happy.
There we go. So if you want to see some Crypto Necrodancer content, it's over there. I'm trying to keep it relatively fresh and interesting, and somewhat struggling. I mean, what I wanted to do was, soundtrack-wise, there's 2 different tracks within the game. There's one which is the music on its own, and the other one is the track that the shopkeeper sings when you get close to the shopkeeper. And they're 2 separate tracks, and I was messing around in Audacity trying to merge the 2 into one and export it as an MP3 and use that as a custom soundtrack within the game.
Alright.
Doesn't work.
No?
I can't for the life of me figure out why, but it doesn't work. I tried messing around with track... I mean, for the most part, my bug testing, such as it has been, my QA... has been track 1 and track 2, because that's where the issues occur. If I have a custom track 1 and a standard track 2, it works fine. If I have a standard track 1 and a custom track 2, it works fine. If I have both of them be the custom track mixed with the shopkeeper tracks, at the end of level 1, it hangs every time. The game freezes. The second track starts playing, but the game freezes. And I have no idea why. I can't figure that out.
Curious.
Is it some kind of mechanic within the programming? Because the level ends when the music ends. So is it just not telling itself to end?
Well, it must be... The screen goes black and the second level track starts playing, but the actual graphics and enemies and actual game doesn't load. It's just a black screen with the music playing for the second level.
That's disappointing.
I mean, you've tried it with a custom soundtrack, I trust, have you?
No.
No?
No,
okay.
not yet.
I mean, I've done plenty of custom soundtrack stuff before. It works fine. The custom music thing works a treat. That works great. I mean, depending on the song, its effectiveness varies, but ultimately the ability to import any track you like as a custom soundtrack and use that within the level, that works fine. Except for these particular MP3s, which are made out of the original MP3s which came from the game.
That's odd.
It's really weird.
Curious. Very curious.
Yeah, I can use OC Remix stuff, it works fine. I can use Ronald Jenkins stuff, it works fine. I can use Kevin MacLeod's Incompetech stuff for his classical music, that works fine. Suddenly, I take the original, in fact, they're not MP3s that come from the game, it's OGG files. I take the original OGGs, mix them together in Audacity, export them as an MP3, and I also try them as OGGs. And suddenly the game crashes on level 2 every damn time. Which is so very bizarre. It's like, I wonder if the Just thinking, I wonder if the shopkeeper's voice, in some strange way, messes with the beat of the music, so that when it tries to figure out what the beat is, it just goes and breaks.
I don't know.
That does seem odd.
I don't know. I might. I mean, given we've talked before about how responsive the dev is, I might get in touch with them and just say, "Look, why does this break?"
I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Because I would like to try that. I do think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I've seen people discuss that on Reddit before, like, can we get a version of the track which has a shopkeeper? And I was like, well, I'm going to go try that now. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to keep it fresh with it. I mean, there's only so much you can just play either the levels or hardcore mode over and 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 over again before people are just like, you know what, I'm sick of watching this. So I'm kind of trying to keep things fairly original on my channel. But yeah, that didn't work out so well for me. I do want to try the changing the sprites because I think that's fairly straightforward, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I don't know any pixel art, so or how to do pixel art particularly well. So
It might just be a case of editing the original pixel.
yes, presumably. I mean, if I take the bard, I've already got a
Yeah.
human male face, so presumably I can stick a hat on him of some sort.
Because there's not much to work with exactly, so you can't really go too wrong.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I'm looking at it, it's like, look, the guy's about 10 pixels wide and about 20 pixels tall. How could I possibly screw this up? There's not much to screw up. And I was like, you have no idea how much I could screw this up.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. I could screw that up so badly.
Oh, wow.
I mean, to be fair, I've done like Minecraft skins before, which is still pixel art, and at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I'm quite happy with what I've done here. This is not bad, but suddenly I have to like create 8 different sprites for the 8 different poses of the characters, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this now.
No, once you've got one, you'll find the others will just fit right in because they'll mostly be copy and pastes.
Maybe. I mean, within the Strangelands crew, I know there's a couple people do artistic stuff. Wonderbots is a fantastic artist, and Alzarath does a lot of pixel art, so I might just poke one of them and like, dude, if I owe you a favor or something, can you do me some pixel art? That might be the way forward.
So you want pixel art to be a form of currency in the future?
Yes. In the
That would be
dark
amazing.
dystopian, yeah, in the dark dystopian future, all currency will be pixel art.
And make things a
I
lot
would quite
simpler.
happily pay for a new PC in pixel art.
It's basically like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pixel art coin.
Oh, wow.
Someone get on that. We can get it on the ground floor. We can make it big. When they're worth $1,000 a coin, we're in there.
Dear Mr. President.
I don't think that's how Bitcoin started, to be quite honest.
Hey, if we're going to get Bitcoin to become the new official currency of the world, we're going to have to write to some important people.
Again, I don't necessarily think that's how it works. I don't think you become important by asking more important people than you to let you be important.
You just make
So-
your currency look more valuable than real
That's
money.
what Scotland was going to do.
Nah.
What, Scotland was going to write to who? David Cameron, say, David Cameron, please let us be important.
Probably not David Cameron, but if they'd voted for independence, then yeah.
Right, okay.
Probably to Putin or somebody.
I'm sure he has all the world power.
He does.
Fair enough.
Again, the views of the Button Mash podcast host.
Not even
got
the
to censor
host.
myself.
You don't get to palm that one off on me.
I'm censoring myself there.
The views of the Button Mash podcast
Host?
organizer, horse. I don't know.
Horse. Yep.
The views of the Button Mash horse do not represent.
The views of the Button Mash imbecile.
Yeah. There we go.
What else are you playing, John?
I played a metric buttload of Wildstar yesterday.
Good.
I mean, I spent I think I was sort of had in my mind I was going to go out in the evening, and then plans fell through, and I don't even know what plans they were, but I was thinking I'll go do something, and then nothing happened. I was like, I'm going to play WildStar, and I just sat and I played WildStar for like 5 hours straight.
Wow.
That's a good gaming session.
I am now level 33. I am happy with myself. Which means
time well spent.
I have unlocked all the abilities for my character, and I've unlocked all the ability slots for my character. And I don't know, I'm sure there's more stuff to unlock at higher levels, but all the toys that I get to play with at this point I've now got, which means my character is as useful as they can possibly be, at any rate. Not as powerful as they can possibly be, but as useful as they can possibly be, if nothing else.
What's the level cap in WildStar?
50 at the moment.
Right.
Depends how far they go down with expansion packs in the future, but right now it's 50. I have not done any more group content. I do kind of keep thinking, I need to go find a session, but just how long it took me to find a group in that first instance just kind of put me off on doing it again. I'm like, I really need to go do a dungeon.
No.
Because to be fair, that one dungeon I got a pair of gloves. This was like level 19 gloves. I'm still wearing them at level 33 because they're so good, and like, these are the best gloves in the game.
But do you feel you need to get level 33 gloves now?
I need level 30. I need level 33 epics. Yeah, I don't need these level 19 epics. Are kind of outstayed their welcome. They're epics, but they're epics the 14 levels beneath me at this point.
You don't like the colour anymore. They're out of fashion.
Well, I'm wearing a costume anyway, so I don't even see them. But yeah, I do really like the fact that at level 19, I'm wearing perps.
Oh dear.
You couldn't do that in World of Warcraft. I mean, it's perhaps a little bit more generous about loot than something like World of Warcraft. I mean, World of Warcraft blues were pretty rare, and then epics were like either inordinately rare, like very few people would ever see them, or exclusively raid content. Occasionally, I suppose there was like later expansions like Wrath of the Lich King, they sort of added, there were a few epics in like heroic dungeons and stuff, but mostly your epics kind of came from raids, and then actual things from general, you saw everyday, your low level stuff, everyday loot, kind of, they didn't dish it out. WildStar, they dish it out regularly enough that it's kind of cool. It's like, oh, sweet, I got a blue. Oh, amazing, I've got an epic once in a while. Once in a blue moon, they'll give you an epic. Like I say, level 19 raid. Hey, here, have epic gloves. This is the only epic I've got so far up to level 33, but I'm still like, sweet, these gloves are amazing. Whereas World of Warcraft, they'd be like, no, you keep wearing your greens. You like your greens.
But they did offer you a horse, so you can't be too critical.
Dude, I've got a hoverboard. I don't want a horse. Thank you very much. I've got a hoverboard. My hoverboard is amazing. It's pink.
You wait till Back to the Future 4, where they're riding a horse. Your
horse.
change.
Don't they ride a horse in number 3?
They do ride horses in number 3, to be fair. It's the Wild West one, yeah.
Yeah, but this horse can fly. He's going to be really fancy.
Okay. It's a flying horse.
Yeah.
That's, again, that's probably a thing within World of Warcraft. That may well have been what the horse that they offered me was.
Pegasus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
There's only one way to find out.
What, Google?
Buying that horse.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily...
You will buy it eventually.
No, I won't. I'm going to check WoW Wiki though. I am absolutely going to see what list of mounts there are in WoW Wiki. Wowhead might be a better option now. That's more of like a database of all the things.
Oh dear.
Oh my! Just looking at the mount page, there are so many different ones now. Holy shit. There are amphibious mounts. What the hell? That was not a thing.
Yeah.
It is now, apparently.
It is, yes. Apparently so. There are a stupid number of things in World of Warcraft to ride at this stage. What the hell is a dragon turtle? What the hell is a dragon turtle?
I don't know, but it sounds amazing.
I know what a turtle is, I know what a dragon is, I know what a dragon turtle is.
It's a combination of the two, surely.
presumably at some point some horny dragon had his way with a turtle, and thus something new was born.
And lightning struck and the heavens opened.
Yes, indeed. There's a horse mounts page, but it's not quite what I was thinking of.
Never is.
Well, it's got... Oh no, there is. Invincible is a flying horse. There's a flying horse called Invincible, which is defeated by defeating the Lich King Arthas on 25-player heroic mode. And I think it's one of those really rare ones that's still like, even if you defeat this boss, it's like a 1% drop or something, probably.
Rare.
It's a rarity. Oh, there's a Celestial Steed as well, which was the first pay mount, which was like, oh, for $25 you can have a flying horse. Here, have a flying horse.
Which is fair enough.
Which marked the beginning of the end, let's be honest.
Shall we swiftly move on again?
Swiftly moving on, yes. Also played Salt, which anybody watching on my channel on Friday will have spotted.
Ooh.
Which was... Have I mentioned this one before? I can't remember whether we talked about this. It's an open world pirate thing.
I think we've mentioned it before. I think we've discussed it, because I think I recall us having a big conversation about pirates. But...
Right. Well, I mean, I seem to recall, yeah. I vaguely recall having to sing the Major General song for some reason. So...
You can do a rendition now if you want.
No, actually, I probably know it better now than I did last week, but
What,
no, still.
never?
That's
What,
not even the
never?
same one. That's Gilbert and Sullivan, it's not the Major General song.
There are pirates in it.
There might be pirates in it, I don't know which Gilbert and Sullivan play that's from.
Oh dear.
At any rate, yeah, I mean, I went and did a video of that, and I think I said I was going to do it in full role play. I did. My throat was killing me after that, by the way, just talking in full army hearties for 35 minutes. Like, ow, I can't keep that up all day. This was for September 19th, Friday, which was International Talk Like a Pirate Day, so I wanted to do something piratey. And I did. It's not a very piratey game, if I'm entirely honest. You're sailing around on a raft. A raft is not piratey. Can I just say? It's all it gives. I mean, the demo that I played gives you like 5 islands to explore. The islands just have a bunch of logs and rocks you can collect to make resources out of, and then you build a raft out of them, and then you sail between the islands, which is kind of cool in its own right, but at the same time, it's just not a pirate open world thingy. When they say, oh, we're making this open world pirate exploration game, you can go do your own thing, explore the high seas and live the life of a pirate. I was like, I'm expecting a motherfucking galleon with like 70 to 100 men on it and gun decks and shit. It does not have that, not that I'm aware of.
Oh yeah, I remember this rant you had last
I spoke
week.
to the devs, and they did not sound like they had any plans to actually add that, so I'm not convinced I want to buy it, to be honest. It was a giggle for a International Talk Like a Pirate Day video, but honestly, maybe not so much. But there's also I didn't play this week. I'm gonna have to play it this week. I think I've started putting up a series on my channel for VA11 Hall A Prologue, which is a cyberpunk dystopian bartending booze 'em up.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
Sounds fun.
It's a visual novel thing, and the gameplay is not massively dissimilar, I would have said, to Papers, Please, to be honest. It's lots and lots of narrative, a simple graphical style, and occasional light gameplay, which your decisions within it actually do affect the narrative in some fairly noteworthy ways. For example, the first day in the game, there's a designated driver comes in and is like, "Oh yeah, I better not drink tonight. Can you serve me some non-alcoholic drinks?" And every time he comes to make his drinks, it's like, "If you want, you can slip him some booze. He might like it." You do that. At the end of the day, the headlines is like, "Drunk driver crashes into a lamppost." Like, oh dear, whoops.
Manhunt
That was
for
me.
bartender begins.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a thing. That is the prologue is it's like I think it's about an hour and a half worth of gameplay apparently, and the game is supposed to be finished I believe in December. You can pick that on itch.io, which is a very much a indie heavy game distribution site if you're not familiar with it. And yeah, for $5 you can pick up the prologue now, and it pre-orders you the game when it comes out in December. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm quite digging that. I like the style. I like the cyberpunk dystopian bartending aesthetic. You are serving corgis for the most part. The majority of your customers in this game are corgis, I should note.
Drunk driving corgis, brilliant.
Well, the designated driver's not. He's actually an android, which further begs the question of how he even got drunk, but...
Well,
What
you
the
know
hell?
those androids, they're part human.
I'm not even sure he's android. I mean, I say android, but I was using android in the term of I think he's a robot, but I'm not actually sure how
Can you
humanoid...
accuse him of being a robot and he just gets really mopey and just drinks like a bottle of whiskey because you upset him?
There's not that many dialogue options, no. In any interaction, any actual decisions and interaction you get within the game are slip them some booze when you're not supposed to slip them some booze.
Have the corgis ever fought? Like, have there been like a drunken Irish bar fight or something?
No, the dogs are kind of generic. They're very much filler content, I'm afraid. All the characters who are not dogs are the only other ones that actually give you interesting dialogue and something to talk to and actually make a difference to the story.
So it's not like Cheers where one corgi walks in and everyone goes, "Jack!"
No, not so much.
That's
Right,
a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly your decisions are how responsible do you want to be as a bartender, I think. But I can dig that. I mean, I like things where I don't have to do too much. I can dig that kind of game where it's just like, sit back, enjoy the story, and occasionally prod the story. I like prodding stories, what can I say? It's just, Papers, Please appealed to me in the same kind of way. It's, look, I'm not really going to do much, but occasionally, whether I let someone in or don't let someone into the country is going to change what the headlines are for tomorrow, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like fun.
So I'm looking forward to the full thing, and I do need to finish off the prologue, because I recorded 2 episodes of that like 3 weeks ago probably now, and I've only just started putting up on my channel because of... obviously only very recently finished Freedom Planet. I was wanting to put it up after I finished Freedom Planet. And now they're going up, and it's like, now I need to do the 3rd episode of this series, and I can't quite remember what happened in episode 2. I'm going to have to go watch my own video just to remind myself where the story actually went, I think.
Who's got the image of you watching going, wait, did I play this game?
Yeah. So there's that. Also, in spite of my slightly not necessarily amazing review of it, I keep going back to Runas. I picked up Runas again this week. I keep picking that up, and it's like, this is kind of engaging. I kind of like this game. I know I said I didn't in my review, but somehow this thing sort of grabbed me a few hours later into the game. I don't know, something's clicked, and I've just gone, this is pretty cool.
So are you going to do like a video where you apologise to the creators of Rutas for implying you didn't like their game when you secretly do?
I think I've said that enough times on this podcast, and in multiple sources I've said, look, I retract that. I mean, I don't know. How do I do that?
It right now.
Do I need to do a second impressions video on Runas or something?
I think that would be advisable.
That's a new take on something, but maybe I need to do second impressions. Like, look, I know I said I didn't dig this, but you know what? This is pretty growing on me. This is actually pretty compelling.
But a MASH podcast, we occasionally have good ideas.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Very
Not
occasionally.
often.
Good ideas not guaranteed.
That's the tagline.
That's going on my soundboard as well.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that sort of building spells aspect. I mean, the game I compared it to at the time was a old Castlevania game on the Game Boy Advance, which I really dug, and it's the same kind of thing. It's sort of building spells, but all the spells have been custom designed by the devs. They've said, look, if you combine these items together, you will make a spell, and this spell will do this. So,
From the way you describe it, it sounds a lot like Magicka. Where you combine
actually,
spells in Magicka.
that's not a bad comparison. Actually, I hadn't thought of that at the time, but actually, Magicka is a very apt comparison for that. Actually, yeah. I don't know, Magicka's bloody weird. I don't know. I mean, maybe I need.
Magicka.
I tried playing through it and it was really tough, and I feel like they didn't scale the difficulty well between 1 player and 4 players.
No, one player is super difficult.
Yeah, I feel like it was designed for 4 players, or at least more than 1, and then if you're on your own, it's like, well, sucks to be you!
Because you can't cross the streams if you're just 1 player.
Okay, yeah, there's that. There's also, is there not like a resurrection spell, which if you're playing 2 player or more, you can just pick up other players. If you're on your own and you die, well, there's no one to resurrect you.
Yeah.
So that kind of doesn't help either.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, basically. And that's me. That is me. I did play through it on my own. I think I got a good way through it. Did I get to... I remember being stuck on death for a while, and then I realised death actually took ridiculous quantities of damage if you just fired life-based spells at it. Which makes it...
That does
Which
make
makes
a lot of
sense. It does make
that's
sense.
classic D&D sense, really.
I never played D&D, what can I say?
You cast harm on everything living you want to kill, and you cast heal on everything undead you don't want
fair
to
enough.
still be alive.
Which is very logical.
That does work in Final Fantasy as well.
It's
So,
spot
yeah.
on.
But yeah, that one took me a little while to figure that one out. Then when I got it, it was like, oh, this guy just freaking explodes if you just fire life spells at him. It's like, his health's just like, oh, okay, that was easy. Well, relatively easy. It was still pretty tough.
Plus,
Yeah,
the
that-
narrative is hilarious.
Yeah, true. Again, I think a lot of it was that not just sort of kind of. I think a lot of the humor in Magicka was like the slapstick comedy of just being able to blow up your friends as well. Again, I needed someone. I needed someone to play through it with to be able to get the most out of Magicka, and I never did. So
I think
perhaps
you and
lost
I
something.
should have a good session.
Maybe we should. Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
You
Yeah.
should film it.
Maybe we
Yes,
should.
we'll record it.
Do you want to do a series? Let's do it.
I think we should.
Excellent. Okay, that's the plan.
But a MASH podcast occasionally has good ideas.
Good ideas not guaranteed.
Ding.
You've basically created an advert there.
we go a commercial, so we might as well have an advert
Run an advert for ourselves in the advert break.
on our own program.
On our own program, yes.
Genius.
What could possibly go wrong?
Anyway, do you think we should cut to commercial?
Yes, in the interests of moving things on, let's take a moment to step away, and we'll come back with some gaming news after the break.
Well, but a MASH podcast is back.
That's going on the soundboard. That's a new one.
Yeah, I thought I'd try to improve the jingle.
Oh right.
Yeah, mix things up a bit.
Innovation.
Yeah, it's a crazy week.
Never say we don't get you new things.
We try.
Anyway, let's do a spot of video gaming news for the week.
For the MASH podcast, gaming news.
Yep.
I'm trying.
Trying to sing.
Oh! That's hurt.
I don't think there's a whole heck of a lot this week. It's been a quietish week. The main thing, I suppose, is what we already discussed last week. The timing on this was awful
Bang
from
on,
our
wasn't it?
perspective. Sorry?
It was the next day, wasn't it?
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about it on the Sunday. They announced it on the Monday, and then we put our video, the podcast video, whatever you want to call it. I suppose it is technically a video, up on the Tuesday, saying, "Oh, Mojang are maybe about to be bought out by Microsoft."
Yeah, it probably
A day after it already happened. It's like, God damn it, Microsoft! Your timing is the worst.
Cutting edge.
So, yes, last Monday, the deal was confirmed that Microsoft is to buy out Mojang in its entirety, not just Minecraft. They're buying the whole of Mojang for 2.5, not the 2 that we speculated and had heard, 2.5 billions.
Which is a lot of billions.
2.5 Twitch TVs.
That's a lot of pixel art.
So, what do you think this means for Minecraft then, John?
Well, I think it's good for Bitcoin and it's good for pixel art coins, but
Yeah.
don't know how good it is for Minecraft. Minecraft, there's a lot of speculation. I mean, someone at Microsoft came out and said earlier in the week, "Don't worry, YouTubers, you're okay. We realize that YouTube is a major part of what makes Minecraft amazing, so you're going to be allowed to continue doing your thing." So that's cool. But honestly, again, as we said last week, it's even in the light of the deal having been confirmed, there's not a lot you can say because no one's confirmed anything. Microsoft haven't said anything. Mojang have said what they're doing and why they've done it and told us what they know.
What do you make of the exit statement from Nodjuswick?
From Notch?
Yeah.
I thought it's mostly what I already told. I had already speculated on. I think, wasn't it? Was it not? It was mostly.
Yeah, it was pretty much what you said last week, right?
Yeah,
it's just great to see it on paper, I guess.
It was he's frustrated with being in the public spotlight a lot. He's been made into a major public figure when he never particularly wanted to be a major public figure. He just wanted to be a guy who enjoyed making video games, relatively small time, and continued doing what he enjoyed. And it kind of exploded, and he's suddenly like in this position where he's like, "Oh, I'm world famous now, and I don't really want to be world famous, and I can't handle being world famous. I'm going to sell off what I'm famous for so that somebody else can handle it, and I can go back to making things." I mean, he said he's like, as soon as this deal is finalized, I've got the quote up here in front of me now. It's like, as soon as this deal is finalized, I will leave Mojang and go back to doing Ludum Dares and small web experiments. If I ever accidentally make something that seems to gain traction, I'll probably abandon it immediately.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's the Kurt Cobain of indie gaming, then, basically.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, I mean, if you look at his space project, the 10 to the Sea that we talked about briefly last week, and he abandoned that because it was Notch just kind of did his thing, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, guys, I've handed off Minecraft to Jens and the rest of the team." I was like, "They're doing Minecraft now, so I'm working on this thing. It's 10 to the Sea," and I think he was at that point carrying on as he always had done, is posting his stuff on Twitter, just generally doing game development. It's like, "Oh, I'm making 10 to the Sea. It's a space-based thing," and everybody was like, "Oh my god, the guy who made Minecraft is working on another game. Oh my god, everybody stop what you're doing and look at what he's doing." And I think he just went, "I don't want everybody to be looking at what I'm doing." And he just stopped making 10 to the Sea eventually because he didn't like people looking at what he was doing. So, yeah.
Which is a flaw in...
So, as you say, if I ever accidentally make something that seems to gain traction, I'll probably abandon it because he doesn't want to be in that position, I think. And he's obviously got the financial security now just to be able to continue doing whatever he wants forever, and his family is probably financially set for generations to come. And
he's not going to struggle to afford shoes. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, he ain't gonna starve. So he can afford to live out the rest of his life doing whatever he wants. If all he wants to do is sit on probably a very large, powerful, and elaborate computer making little web experiments, he can totally do that.
I loved the Penny Arcade response to Minecraft selling. Have you not seen it?
I've seen that actually. I mean, I normally read Penny Arcade. I don't believe I probably haven't read it this week. Actually, I'm a bit behind on that.
This is like last week.
Was it? Oh,
yeah.
Good lord. What do I miss then? I know I'm normally really up to date with my webcomics, but... Oh, yes. Are you talking about selling the baby to the devil?
Yep.
Yes. Can you believe Notch is going to sell Minecraft to Microsoft? Yes, I can. Minecraft is like his baby, though. I would sell an actual baby for $2 billion. I would sell my baby to the devil. Now, enter my golden sarcophagus and begin the ritual. Yes, I saw that one.
I think that's absolutely appropriate.
I know, and everybody who says, I can't believe he would do that, I'm like, yeah, dude. If someone offered you $2 billion for anything, you would do it. Let's be honest. Then you would enter your golden sarcophagus.
And begin the ritual.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you do genuinely believe it's not about the money. I think it's genuinely about he wants to go back down in profile and just do what he wants, really. I think that's a driving force.
At the same time, by what he said on Twitter, it seems like this is not necessarily the first people who have offered him this kind of deal, because there's a tweet from the guy who made Gary's mod. Gary, what's his name? What's the name of the guy who made Gary's mod?
Just Gary. That's all he's called.
He has
Gary.
a surname. He's not. He's not Prince.
He's not Madonna.
Or Madonna, yeah. He's just Gary. That's all he shall ever be. So yeah, Gary, whatever his name is, I can't for the life of me remember his surname.
Just Gary.
Gary's son or something.
Gary, just Gary. Gary did put something up on Twitter a while back. It was like, if somebody offers you $2 billion for something, you take it. And Notch then responding to him was like, I've turned down money like that before.
Wow.
So people, I think, have offered him large sums of money for Minecraft in the past. And he has turned it down, so it's not necessarily about the money, but, again, someone offers you $2.5 billion.
Yeah.
You enter your golden sarcophagus.
Think long and hard about it.
Something you might need to consider, yeah. I'm absolutely with Tycho on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the big news. I mean, this again can't really say a whole lot about how that will actually affect the game, because nothing really that would affect the game has actually happened yet. And with deals this big, it's going to take months to go through anyway. I think they may be aiming to try and have the deal go through before the end of the year. I seem to recall reading that somewhere, but that might not even happen. It may still, Mojang might still be Mojang, but, come 2015. But deals for $2.5 billion do not take place overnight. Anything that happens is going to be slow to happen. And until then, things are going to keep chugging along as they always have, I guess. So that's that.
Seems that way.
I don't know, I'm not sure what else there is to say on that. I mean, I guess we summed up most of it last week. The fact that the deal's gone through really doesn't change what has already been said on the matter, I think, for the most part.
No.
Yeah, well, just wait and see what happens, I guess.
Wait and see what happens and hope they don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Well, you can't imagine they would. It's a case of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a fairly good game. It's fairly polished. It's been in that state for a long time. I can't imagine you could add anything else that would spoil it.
This is true. They could add Google. No, it's not Google. I was going to say someone mentioned somewhere Google Plus integration. No, Bing. They could add Bing to it. I'll do it. Let's have some Bing integration.
Everybody hates Bing.
I don't know. It's just tying it into other things that you might not want. Games for Windows Live. That's probably the worst they could do with it.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you that.
That's the worst feature that you could probably tie into.
Yeah.
Just put Bill Gates in the game or something.
I'm sure that skin already exists. Someone will have done a Bill Gates skin.
Something to Google or Bing.
Let me just Bing that. No, I'm not going to Bing that because that's only going to turn up porn. Although maybe that's what I want. Bill Gates Minecraft porn. Rule 34.
Humanity is currently sticking its heads in buckets and scrubbing its eyes out with Brillo pads.
Yes, quite. The only other noteworthy headline of the week that we picked up on was World of Warcraft is going to free up dormant character names ahead of the new expansion Warlords of Draenor, which we had mixed opinions on.
Will and I feel it's fine because it's since 2008, so...
Yeah, it's anybody who has not logged into World of Warcraft since November 13, 2008 will have their names liberated and returned to the public pool. Those names will become available for new players to use. So if you...
I do like the terminology of that. Like, it's not, well, just you lose your account or anything. It's like, we're liberating your name.
That's... Yeah, I mean, how does that work? My opinion is, what happens to those players? What if you... in October 2008 was like, you know what, World of Warcraft's kind of boring me now, I'm going to quit now. And then you were like, oh my god, Warlords of Draenor looks like the shit. I am so going to resubscribe for Warlords of Draenor. And you log back in, and, you log in, and, Pimp Knight is no longer gone. It's just suddenly, it's just like generic 752, and you're like, where's my Pimp Knight? I loved Pimp Knight.
No.
I loved him like a child of my own.
Well, you can watch him from afar.
If you loved him like a child of your own, you wouldn't have abandoned him for 6 years.
Yeah. He's now a teenager. He can make his own decisions.
Insult to injury, you log into the game and stood in front of you is somebody else called Pimp Knight. Level 5 stood in front of you.
Your child has grown up without you.
Not even grown up, somebody else has started a new child and they're level 5 and they stood in front of you when you log in.
Just, pimping it easy.
I don't know, it just seems kind of unfair to me, I don't know why.
Well,
No,
I think it's just the logic of, if you haven't been on it in 6 years, then you surrender all rights to it.
No, that's not how that works. I understand where you're coming from, but that's not how it works, no. Except it is, but it's not how it should work. It's not fair. I mean, I'm quite sure I've played since 2008, so I think my character's safe.
I think Pimp Knight's safe with you.
Yeah, you might want to check them.
Yeah, I'm pretty okay with it.
No.
I logged in during... I had a week's free trial during the Cataclysm expansion, so yeah, I logged in then.
Well, let's use an analogy here. Let's say you move into a house with a housemate, and a housemate moves out, and he's left like a really nice bottle of liqueur or something like alcoholic, like a bottle of wine, and he doesn't return in 6 years. He says he might do.
I would drink the shit out of the bottle.
You'd drink it, wouldn't you?
That's
After 6 years, yeah.
It's pretty much the same.
No, and a more appropriate analogy is if they accidentally left their passport behind when they left the house. And after 6 years, you decide to take their passport and assume their identity. It's like, I'm going on holiday as you now. I'm going to apply for a driving license as you, Bob. I'm going to get a credit card, Bob. You shouldn't have left your passport there, Bob.
For 6 years.
I don't know.
If they haven't picked up a new
well
passport in 6 years, their own fault.
I understand that that's a long bloody time, but someone somewhere, there are 6-7 million people playing World of Warcraft. Someone in that 6-7 million people, I mean, presumably somewhere around the same amount has quit the game as well since starting. So someone amongst 6 to 7 million people, presumably somewhere, someone quit in October 2008 and decided that they really like Warlords of Draenor, and they are gonna be pissed, and I am pissed for them.
You know, if I hadn't played in that long, I'd probably appreciate starting from nothing to appreciate all of the game's new content.
Consider it a challenge or a quest that you start from the beginning.
Again, it's not
to
deleting
acclimatise yourself.
It's not deleting the characters, just deleting the name. Presumably your character still exists. It's just you log in and it says, your name is generic 752. What would you like to be known as? I hope to God they give you a free character rename.
Yeah.
We've taken your name and we expect you to pay for it.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. Should we do some game releases? Because as we say, we're kind of a little short on time this week, so it's probably about time we sort of bombed on with it.
Yeah.
Board and Mash Podcast, new releases.
Indeedy.
Yep.
So, for the week of September 21st, 2014 to September 28th, 2014, we have Frozen Synapse Prime on the PlayStation Vita, which is going to be a re-release of Frozen Synapse with a complete graphical overhaul, it says, actually. But Frozen Synapse is a game that's been out for a while. It's a kind of high-concept strategy kind of thing. It's been out on PC for a while. I played the spiritual successor to it. It was Frozen End Zone, which was kind of a weird...
That sounds like an American football game.
Yeah, it was, basically, yeah. It was it was a futuristic sports thing. They'd taken this weird sort of cyber hacking thing and then applied the game mechanics to gridiron football, which is really weird, but not unappealing. So
sounds curious.
Yeah, kind of interesting. I never played the original though, so I can't actually really say much about that. But I guess all I have to go on is the football version of it,
which probably isn't too relevant to this.
Oh, like I say, I think it's based on the same mechanics, so I kind of got a handle on it. I mean, it's kind of high concept, and it's like if you like thinking a lot about things, sure. If you're an idiot like me, you go football.
I think we'll have to move on then.
Indeed. We have Gauntlet on the 23rd, which is the studio behind Magicka.
Oh, brilliant.
Published by Warner Brothers. So I don't know a lot about this. I've just seen the speculation from the other guys in the Strangelands crew in the last week. Someone was like, "Oh, it's Warner Brothers; they're going to ruin it." But actually, they made Scribblenauts, so I don't necessarily think that's true. But I can't say I know a heck of a lot about it. But at the same time, the guys who made Magicka, that's pretty good credentials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like it might be right
as well, since we were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we're tying it all back together.
So, unfortunately, there's not a whole heck of a lot of stuff on Giant Bomb, which is obviously our news site. They have one image, and it's the title. So, cheers for that, Giant Bomb, doing the research there.
More than us.
Let's see if I can take a quick peek at the official website. Oh, good, it's behind a.
Are you binging? Yeah.
I'm not winning. They put it behind.
I said, are you binging?
I'm not binging it. God no.
I'm trying to help.
I will just find porn. I'll just find Gauntlet porn. Well,
that sounds painful.
That's going to end up on the recording. It auto plays music. Thanks, Gauntlet. Let's not have a look at that website then. Gauntlet, do your own research.
Trying to avoid copyright.
Yeah. September 15. Ooh, Michael, you'll like this one.
Go on.
FIFA 15.
I'm not a big fan of the FIFA games, if I'm being honest.
Really? Is it just managing it? You just like to tell people what to do.
My issue with the FIFA games is kind of they've never been really upgraded year on year. It's not much.
Oh yeah, it's just a roster update. Yeah.
Like, look, the grass is slightly greener this year.
It's absolutely one of those things where it's just like, oh, the players changed slightly IRL this year, so let's change the players to match in the game and sell it again for 40 quid.
Yeah. To be fair though, that's kind of what Football Manager does, but
you buy into it nonetheless.
I'm a hypocrite.
Right. So yes, if you're looking for this year's roster update in football, that's the thing.
Yep, and if you've got the Xbox One, this is what it was created for.
It's out on all the things. It's out on PC, PS4, Xbox 360, PS3 digital download, Vita, and also digital download on the Vita. It's on all the things. Except Nintendo. Nintendo wants no part of football, by the way, it seems. Nintendo hates football, you heard it here first.
The views of the Book Mash podcast host. Move on. What else we got?
We have Stronghold Crusader 2. Is that not a thing that was already out, or am I thinking of something else? Also, I feel like we've already looked at that one recently.
It does sound familiar.
This is something that slipped a couple of weeks, and we talked about it like a few weeks ago.
But maybe it was something that was due to come out a few weeks ago, but may have been delayed.
It could have been. It is fast-paced castle simulation RTS stuff. There's,
Mind you, we've had a lot of that.
I don't know necessarily that we have. It's kind of, I think, whenever I look at it, it looks Age of Empires-y to me.
Hmm.
I think it's that kind of thing. If you're into your medieval RTS type stuff,
It's probably you.
it's your kind of thing. We have Disney Infinity Marvel superheroes. So this is their toy-based thing. Presumably, this is Marvel superheroes toys to go with your toy-based game thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that's the thing where you got the big platform and they've got what's the technology you use? It NFC, near field communication, is it that they implement into it?
I don't know.
Someone confirm.
I can't say I've ever played it, so I can't really.
I think that's what they use. I mean, it's the same as they use in like the Skylanders, where it's like, oh, sell your kids. They sell boxes of toys to the kids. It's aimed at the kids, and the kids go, oh, give me some toys, and you put the toys on it, and the toy comes to life in the game. And honestly, I'll be honest, if I was 7, I would be begging the hell out of my parents for that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely if I was 7.
Oh, yeah.
But it's kind of the equivalent of a pay-to-win kind of system.
Is
You
it?
pay for your favorite character, and your favorite character has powers.
Yeah, but it's
But
not
you
necessarily
want,
pay to win. It's
No,
just
but it's
pay...
of that vein, really. You pay for the characters that you want.
It's just monetizing begging parents.
Yeah.
Big time. But at the same time, I think it was the Penny Arcade guys did at one point were like, actually, I've really gotten into this. They were like, oh, this is actually really kind of cool. I'll be honest, I do like the concept. I just can't justify buying packs of toys to play a fucking game.
No.
Unless it's Lego.
I don't buy Lego, to be honest, no. But to be fair, though...
Hey, certain people in the button mash group do.
Seriously? If Lego did this shit, people
Oh
would be
my
all
God, that would be
over that.
amazing.
If you had a model that not only interacted with your game, but you had to build it before it came to life in the game. Holy shit.
I don't think they'd be far off doing that, to be honest.
Make that happen. If they're not having it, can we please patent it?
What a mash podcast occasionally has good ideas.
Good idea is not guaranteed.
No.
You stole Will's line.
He wasn't delivering it, so I figured I
You
would.
didn't give him a chance.
I gave him, like, at least a second.
I was going to leave it to the soundboard.
Oh, okay. I haven't made that yet.
I'm still in a job.
So, yes, more toys to buy if you like toys.
Yep. So
We have for PS3 and PS3 Network, we have Arno Surge, Ode to an Unborn Star, and Arno Surge, Ode to an Unborn Star Limited Edition.
okay, what's the difference?
It
What do
looks
I get in
very
the limited
anime.
edition?
It's a role-playing game. It says sci-fi, but it looks JRPG kind of thing to me. It's. I mean, it's. Do you want its full name? Do you want its full name?
Yep, go on. Give it to me. Give it to me.
I'm not sure I can pronounce it.
That's part of the magic.
Arno Surge Umareizuru Hoshi Inoro Uta.
Well done.
So guess
Somewhere
which country
there's
that
somebody
comes
who's really
from.
pissed off with you.
Yes, absolutely, no doubt. It is a spin-off from Ciel No Surge, the prequel to the Artonelico games, which is a name I vaguely recognise.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
I've heard of it somewhere, but I don't know where. So it looks
Somewhere Japanesey.
somewhere. Wow.
The views of the book, my I apologise to Japan.
And places Japanesey.
Oh wow.
Oh dear.
That's going to be a legal issue.
Continuing in the Japanesey theme, we have Arcana Heart 3 Love Max with 5 exclamation marks after it.
That's how you know they mean it when they say there's love.
And the box art is lots of almost but not quite upskirt shots, so Japanese!
Do I have to do the disclaimer for you now?
Yeah, go on.
The views of the Butmash podcast host.
Indeed. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I think it's a fighting game, actually.
Huh.
But probably involving schoolgirls and upskirts.
Okay.
Just saying.
It's a popular thing.
In certain countries.
Yeah. That may not begin with a J.
I'm trying to think of another country that begins with J now, just to joke there, but I can't actually think of one. I was going to. Oh, you mean
Jamaica.
Jamaica? Oh yeah,
There we
Jamaica.
go.
It's obviously a Jamaican game.
I'm just trying to imagine a Jamaican anime game now. Make it happen.
Make it so.
Bob Marley can be the hero.
Bob Marley with some harem of women in very short skirts. Going, ooh. Defense Grid 2 is out on September 23rd, which is a sequel to the first Defense Grid game, surprisingly enough.
I'm shocked.
That was funded on Kickstarter last August.
Alright, cool.
Presumably for fans of the original Defense Grid. I tried that. It's just tower defense. I mean, that never grabbed me.
Well, maybe they've bumped it up for the second version. Maybe you do something else.
Maybe, but the first one was... I mean, it was a very solid tower defense. What it did well, but honestly, it was, like, late to the party for tower defense, given that, you know, there's, like, a bajillion and one tower defense games, many of them just free Flash-based things on the internet. It's a very saturated genre, and it's really difficult to do anything particularly innovative or attention-grabbing these days. Even people that do things well, it's just still kind of like... it's still tower defense.
They say it like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I can see what you're doing, I can see it's different, but I still don't care.
Wow.
I can make exceptions for some games. Like I really like Revenge of the Titans. I don't know if you've read of that one, but
I
that's...
did play like one level of that. That's going back a little bit because I'm pretty sure I played that during the Potato Pack.
Yeah.
Which was the ARG surrounding the launch of Portal 2.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's about when it
That's
was.
a very long time ago.
I'm pretty sure that was then when I played that, and I tried it, and I was like, this is tower defense, but I'm getting my ass kicked, and it's really horrible, and I don't like this now. I'm going to go home and stop playing this game.
And there was no one to pass the controller or the keyboard to, so he said, that's it, I'm done.
No, I had no Gerard the Completionist sat beside me going, I know how to do tower defense. Do you want me to do tower defense? And I would have gone, yes, please, you do tower defense.
Moving on, what else is there?
What else is there? There is a combo breaker pack for Killer Instinct, which is a retail release, which suggests, I think it's presumably already out on a digital download, I guess, maybe?
Must be.
Anyway, Killer Instinct, obviously, fighting game, was out last year. They're big on DLC and stuff for this thing. I'm not sure the exact model they're using. I don't think it's quite free to play, but is it? Or is it? It might be free to play, but it's kind of a buy the characters kind of deal. So I think this is just a DLC pack for Killer Instinct. So if you wanted more characters and stuffs for that game, head on over that way. Sorry,
I was just trying to do the thing you were doing, but you beat me to the punch. So I'm trying to not be embarrassed, but I am. So
okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Slender: The Arrival, available on PlayStation Network and XBGS, Xbox Game Store, I guess.
Must be.
I suppose that's presumably what you used to call the Xbox Live Arcade. I guess they've rebranded it, haven't they?
Yeah, they will have done, won't they?
So yeah, Slender: The Arrival, available on your console digital downloads. It's obviously a game that came out. It says released March 2013. I feel like it's older than that, but okay. Which is your creepsy horror game, which a lot of people have done jump scare videos on YouTube of. Go see PewDiePie. I'm sure he can tell you about it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's about 60 videos there.
Mm-hmm. We also have Counter-Strike Nexon Zombies.
Ooh.
which has no artwork, but it does
Oh.
have 32 images. Okay, there's no box art, but 32 images. Cool. So I presume this is some kind of zombie survival thing done within Counter-Strike?
That would make sense.
It certainly sounds about right, and it looks about right, judging by the screenshots.
So that's what we're going to go with.
It's a free-to-play version of Counter-Strike with new PvE and PvP modes involving zombies based on Counter-Strike Online, which was developed by Nexon for Asia's gaming market, but now released on Steam in the West for the first time. So there you go. I guess you've been dying to play that one. It was available in the West for you Western pig dogs.
This is their revenge.
I'm surprised another company actually could do that. Surely Valve has the rights to Counter-Strike. How does Nexon sort of just say, yeah, we're making a Counter-Strike game?
Maybe they put in more money or something.
Maybe they threw some money at Valve, and Valve were like, sure, you guys have at it. PS4, we have Castle Storm Definitive Edition.
Castle Storm. Wonder what this is
Gotta
about.
be honest, that sounds like Angry Birds.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it is. It's defend your pre-built castle, laying siege on your opponent using a variety of different units. No, it's a... Is this like one of those linear RTS kind of jobs? Seems like it could be. Like, you just got like one line of units and you throw them back and forth at each other. I think it is.
Yeah, it appears that way.
So stuff like...
Sword of Soldiers. It's like Sword.
That's
Sword
the
of
one I was
Soldiers.
trying to think of. Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I was trying to think of. I couldn't remember the name of it. Thank you for that. That's exactly the game I was looking
Yeah.
for. Yes, Swords and Soldiers. Yeah, seems very much like it's in that kind of genre. Maybe with a vertical element to it as well.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure, but that kind of thing, I think. Oh, this one's a good one. Wow.
Ooh.
You know how we talked about the movie tie-ins recently?
Yeah.
We got Wall-E for the PS2.
That's a bit late.
What?
It's now being re-released on the PlayStation Network.
Oh, I didn't know Wally had a
PS2.
game.
Dude, they tie in games to most Disney titles.
No, but I don't remember the game at all.
Probably not. It was probably no good and you probably didn't play it.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough, but still.
So, yes, this was released in 2008 and they're re-releasing it on PlayStation just in case you were dying to play this video game classic. Also available on the Wii U is Mario Golf Advance Tour. Who wants to take a guess on which console this was originally released on?
Begin with an N.
Yes, it was the again failing at trying. I had something for this.
So it's Mario
The
playing
Nvidia
golf,
Shield it was
basically.
originally released on. Yes. No, this was the Game Boy Advance Mario Golf game. If you like Mario spin-offs and we're hankering to play some classic Mario spin-offs, there's one for you.
Golf.
The big one for this week, I suppose, is Hyrule Warriors, actually. People who are a fan of Legend of Zelda and or Dynasty Warriors probably going to appreciate this, out on September 26th. I thought this was already out, to be honest, but this also says only on the Wii U, so maybe the Wii U's getting it separate to everything else. So, yeah. If you're a Nintendo fan and we're looking forward to Dynasty Warriors in the Hyrule universe on a Nintendo console, it's going to show up there. Actually, of course it's on a Nintendo console. Duh, I don't know why I thought, because it's Dynasty Warriors, I was just sort of thinking cross-platform, but if it's a Nintendo thing, of course, yeah, there's not going to be a Zelda game on an Xbox. That would be silly.
No, unfortunately not.
The world would implode.
So yeah, if you want Hyrule Warriors, that is out on your Wii U, and presumably nothing else. That would be unusual.
Yeah, you don't see Zelda games anywhere else, do you?
No, not
This is why I haven't played Zelda since I was about 13, because it means I have to buy back into Nintendo. I'm not
Yeah.
prepared to do that.
You get Sonic exclusives if you do buy back in.
Well, nah, there's been Sonic games on Microsoft consoles. There was,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I think they own the copyright to it now, don't they? They bought it fairly recently, don't they?
I don't know. That's something worth googling, but I can't be bothered right now. To be honest.
I will find out for you next week.
Who owns the IP for Sonic? Yeah, please find out. Well, not necessarily the IP. I suppose Sega still owns the IP, but who owns the rights to make the games?
Yeah, I will look into this and I will give my findings next week.
Anyway, coming soon on Steam, we have The Long Dark is a thoughtful exploration-focused survival simulation. Yay, more survival. We don't have enough of those.
Yeah.
It's coming out on Steam. Early access, in fact. It's not even a finished game. There's a early access thing, which is kind of pretty looking, but still doesn't look particularly... Just looking at the screenshots, it doesn't look dramatically different to any other survival thing out there at the minute, and there is a lot of survival out there at the minute. A ludicrous amount of survival.
Mm.
It's a very pretty survival. I could quite happily wander through that world for a bit. I do like the look of it, but honestly, the whole make a campfire, kill an animal, make a pickaxe kind of thing, it's like, maybe I could probably do without that. I don't know. It does seem like perhaps there's some kind of plot tied into it. It says it's talking about uncovering a mystery as well, so maybe there's some plot involved, but I don't know. Worth a look.
Maybe.
It's a little bit late because, like you say, there's so many out there already. I can already think The Forest came out not too long ago, and I was tempted to buy that, but not tempted enough to play survival for a while.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, I played again, going back to what I said earlier, I played the demo for Salt, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not really compelled to buy any more than this. It's still just same old, same old.
That might be an idea to check out the demo or something.
We also have Jacob Jones and the Bigfoot Mystery, Episode 2, Field to R.I.P.
Okay.
Which is a play on field trip.
Oh, wow.
Field to R.I.P. But the R.I.P.'s on a gravestone, so it's R.I.P. Get it? Get it?
My sides have split.
Yeah, quite. This is... I'm not sure what this is. I think this is a very much a casual-looking kind of thing. It's very much aimed at kids. Some puzzle-based stuff.
Yeah.
Hard to say what it is. They don't actually tell you a whole lot on Steam, and it's not even tagged on Steam, and it looks very, very child-friendly and simple puzzles and things, so probably something for the kids.
If you've got kids, yeah, let them play.
Also have Logic Bots, which is another early access title. I have design, build, and wire up your own unique robot to complete challenging logic puzzles. Which
okay.
is interesting. It's kind of, you know those, actually it looks like it's kind of got an interface that's matching up logic gates, you know, AND gates and OR gates and whatnot to make a circuit, and then it seems to be like that then controls... Well, at first it looks like a Roomba, but then there's like walking robots and all sorts of things, so it's probably someone who's into any kind of electronic engineering, computer science kind of things might well get a kick out of this. It might be a little bit highbrow for your average consumer, to be honest, but anybody who's into that kind of logic-based engineering type stuff might be useful. Certainly anybody who's wanting to learn anything, it might well be kind of a good learning tool kind of thing.
Well, if you're starting a university course in that field, then maybe it's for you.
Or even earlier than that. I mean, I don't necessarily... I mean, could be for anyone.
Yeah, if you're interested, get it.
Anybody who wants to get into computers or robots or engineering probably might be a useful little tool. We have Magic Maker. Oh, we mentioned this one earlier. This is something I will probably be doing a review for... What is the date today? I guess I'll need a review for this one up for tomorrow, so that'll be... job for
and where will people be able to see that review?
That's youtube.com/buttonmashempire.
There we go.
So this is a side-scrolling RPG game about combining lots of items to make a ridiculous quantity of spells. The developers claim that there are anywhere between 2 million and 50 billion spells within the game.
Wow.
That's a lot of spells.
Unlike Runas, and indeed stuff like Magicka and... what was the other one I compared it to?
I've forgotten entirely.
It was Castlevania, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Unlike them, it's kind of, by the sheer virtue of the sheer number of spells that they have, these are not handcrafted spells, it's more of a more of a procedural generation kind of algorithmic kind of thing, but at the same and it does allow for some really ludicrously stupid stuff. I mean, I'm not that far into the game, and I built a laser that explodes and drains enemies' health, and does something else as well. I can't remember what it did. I put another effects on there as well. It was. And I also then equipped an item that increases damage by 1% for every enemy that I kill, and increases the damage I receive by every 1% for every enemy I kill. But it was so ludicrously overpowered that I was one-shotting bosses with it.
Oh, dear.
It's like, here's a boss! Boom! It's like, oh, well, that was anticlimactic.
Was it kind of like the Bill Murray scene in Zombieland?
Not that traumatic, no.
I can't remember what happened in that one, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
I have seen that, but I can't remember what happened in it. But yeah, I mean,
Don't spoil it for people.
cool concept, but I feel like it may have some issues with balance.
Yeah.
We have Ancient Space, which I'm not. It's be a space-based strategy thing, RTS kind of stuff. A story-driven single-player real-time strategy where you take command of a fleet embarking on a scientific mission to chart the undiscovered reaches of space called the Black Zone.
That's a bit like Star Trek.
It does look rather nice, to be honest. Sci-fi, I'm like, ooh, this looks good. I like sci-fi.
Are there any red shirts?
I would imagine so. What's sci-fi without some red shirts?
Yeah.
I feel like it says it's a single-player based thing. I feel like a lot of fans of RTS probably, certainly your major fans of RTS probably are in it for the multiplayer more so than single-player story. But it seems I don't like facing off against other people, so I can dig single-player. So probably something that would appeal more to me than it might to someone who's actually, a professional StarCraft player.
Yeah.
So if you're more casual about your RTS, that might be a little bit more your kind of scene. Than if you were Korean and 300 APM.
Dude, let's not start on the Koreans. I think we've offended Japan quite enough.
There was a compliment, 300 APM. We have Schrodinger's Cat and the Raiders of the Lost Quark, which is by Team 17.
Oh no.
We have Gauntlets, which we've already done. We have Stronghold
Did that last
Crusader,
week.
Defense Grid, we've already done. We have Transocean, the shipping company,
Okay, that sounds
which
incredibly
I think
dull.
is a shipping simulator kind of thing. Not quite sure whether you're controlling the ships or whether it's just a business management kind of thing. I think it's.
Is it just you sitting at a desk signing off on shipping orders going, yeah?
I very much think it might be.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
rather play Rock Simulator.
That's how bad we know it's good.
That's how much I care about this.
Transocean, the shipping company, is your ticket to the world of gigantic ships and transnational transport empires. Build a mighty fleet of modern merchant ships and conquer the seven seas. Track your routes in real time. Take controls of the ship. Take controls as ships enter and leave the harbour, and see to it the freight gets loaded efficiently. So you're allowed to park the ships. That's about
So
it.
you're basically playing to be a foreman.
Yeah. It includes 55 of the largest and best known, as well as the most exotic harbours in the world.
Oh wow.
So there you
Still
go.
not excited for it, but oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know why you're not excited. It sounds thrilling.
Because I've always dreamed of just standing in a harbour going, steady, steady.
Yep, easy now.
Indeed. We have quite the list of video games. Again, it's going on a long we're going to be here a while again, I think, I fear.
Shall we save it for next week then?
Shall we, just as a thought for future shows, shall we curate the Steam section of the list beforehand? And
Yes,
pick out
Yes.
the ones that are worthwhile looking at?
Maybe not
Because,
tell people about the shipping game then.
Well, I don't know, because I mean, to follow up on that, we also have a Roadside Assistance Simulator.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I'm hard.
I'm not quite sure how to respond to that.
They never do.
So, yes, experience the everyday duties of a roadside assistance team in this realistic mix of simulation and management game. Direct your rescue team from the Roadside Assistance Center. Unlock new you don't even fix the cars yourself, you tell people to fix the cars. Oh, dear.
Who sits in a room and thinks, that's a hell of an idea?
From what I hear tell, the Germans love this shit.
Yeah.
Again,
No,
actually, to be fair, actually, the publisher for this game is a German company. It's Rondo Media GmbH, so it's a German company. These things are all, I don't know why, but apparently Germans love simulation, especially the more menial stuff.
you can't just go out and get a job in the field or something.
Nope, you got to sit in front of your computer and pretend to do the job, or the
Oh.
boring minutiae of the job.
Oh dear.
Anyway, if we're gonna sort of curtail this a little bit shorter than usual, again, because we're obviously running a little bit short on time this week. Do you want to talk us out of this?
Who are you talking to, me or Will?
Yeah.
Hey, either. Take your pick. Fight.
To the
Fight
death.
to the death. Yes.
It's a bit hard considering we're not in the same city.
No.
Well, you're not trying hard enough. Then that's all I can say.
I'm going to go outside and I'm going to throw something. See what happens.
Throw it really, really hard. And maybe I'll hear a small pat on my roof.
Depends what he throws.
Well, if it's a car, it's not going to make it quite as far.
Depends how hard he throws it.
And
I
with what
challenge
he
you
throws
to.
it.
I challenge you to a multiplayer game of ship, whatever the shipping game is. So boring, I can't remember. what it's
I'm going to
called.
park the shit out of one of those ships.
I'm going to supervise that crate of bananas onto the right.
Well, while you're busy doing that, I'm going to fix some cars.
You're in the wrong industry. Wrong industry. So, yep. Thank you for listening to the Button Mash podcast. We appreciate it very much, and we'll be doing this every week. So keep tuning in. Once again, if you want to follow us, we're holding an event again in the New Bradford Playhouse. That takes place on the 18th of October, so that's next month. Less than a month away, isn't it?
Just under a month.
Holy crap. I suppose we better start planning.
That
Oh,
would
no.
help. So, yep.
No, that comes on October 17th.
Oh, right, my bad.
Ooh.
I was getting a bit ahead of myself.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to find out more details, go to Facebook. We've got an event page open for it.
And where can they find that Facebook page?
You can find that Facebook page at Facebook/Buttonmash. That's
Where
correct,
else can they
right?
find us? Yes, it is correct.
You can find us on Twitter, and I still don't remember what the Twitter handle is. So
It is
John, that is-
twitter.com/button_mash_UK.
we like keeping it simple.
Absolutely, why not?
And of course, yep, you can find John at his YouTube channel, which was, of course,
You can find daily video gaming content at youtube.com/buttonmashempire.
yep.
Yeah.
I know I finished that sentence in a way that suggested I was going to carry on talking, but didn't. I'm
assumed there
very
was
much
another
aware of
bit
this
coming.
fact. I think what I had in my mind was I was going to plug the Button Mash Button Mash podcast channel, but I realised that if people are watching this, they're probably already on that channel.
Yeah.
But we'd also appreciate if you subscribe to this channel, because then you'll get these podcasts every week.
And the podcast channel is, of course, YouTube /
There is a
Mash
subscribe
podcast.
button below the video. Click it.
Help, please.
Don't even go to the link. Click the button below this video. Click all the buttons. Just click everything. Just keep clicking until it says you've subscribed.
Well, if we don't get subscribers soon, John's going to beat me.
I'll turn you into glue.
I'm weeping. So again, do you want to do the final farewell, John?
All right. Well, thank you very much from us at the Button Mash podcast. We've been interesting. I
Yeah.
hope. We've been something. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Ta-ra.